Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Midday Market Update. My name is Glenn Tompkins, Senior Stock Market Strategist for VectorVest. Glad to be here. Glad to have you here. If you can hear me loud and clear, please let me know in the chat, preferably with VV Nation, to let me know that I am coming across loud and clear. And don't forget, as you walk in the door, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. And if you can, you got friends out there, share it. If you ain't got no friends, that's okay. Just come on in and hit the like button. But if you got friends, share this content. Looks like people can hear me. Hi, Nancy. Nancy, you were the first one, and there's Jerry right behind you. Goodness gracious. Are y'all joined at the hip? Y'all might be. I don't even know. Lisa's here. Good morning, Lisa. Marty, Andrew, MD, Skyper, Paul. All right, so we're doing a little bit of roll call first off in here. Ross got the ooh-wee going. It's not even the jockey club, Ross, so you don't have to put ooh-wee here. Pennywise, what's up? Janice, the number 2. New week, new money-making opportunities. Let's do it. There you go. Joey typed in the room. Welcome. Just to let you know, I am still in the background doing this all by myself. Joey's just sitting back there to make sure I don't burn down the room. But other than that, everything that's going on, the transitions and all that kind of stuff, all my sounds, just in case I don't mess up, Joey's in the background. But other than that, it's mine. Please share me any updates on Neo and Plug. Plug that I looked at this morning. There was a couple of EV stocks that I looked at. I looked at Lucid this morning. I'm going to show you a listing of stocks that I was trading this morning. I like that idea. Last week, I did show you some of the stocks that I was day trading, and I'm going to do it again this week. Talk about some possible day trade opportunities. Doing it by yourself for your move to Hawaii, yeah, maybe. I might. Janet still hasn't applied for that job. She still hasn't. She thinks that I'm just dilly-dallying on that. She hasn't applied for that job. So, I don't know. Rocket Lab and Palantir, both on the move. I did play Rocket Lab today. Actually, from a day trade perspective, I am still in Rocket Lab. Let me see real quick. I want to know. I'm in a different portfolio playing Rocket Lab, and I am in it still. I'm down about 1.38%. All right, I picked up some Coreweave today in my day trading session this morning as well, and I'm waiting for my computer. Oh man, it logged me out. I hate when that happens. I so hate when that happens. But I am playing Rocket Lab. I'm down a little bit. I did pick up some Coreweave today from a day trade perspective. I can tell you what it looks like in a second, but my computer's moving a tad bit slow. Hold on. My stocks. As a matter of fact, I am using the new version of the software in regards to monitoring that portfolio. I'm up about 0.6%. I have Coreweave. I'm up 5% on my day trade on Coreweave. Again, I'm down about 1% or so on my Rocket Labs. And I also picked up Archer today from a day trade. I'm up 8% on that. So, I like these trades. I'm going to talk a little bit more about them in regards to how I found them this morning. I'm going to take you through how I found them. So I'm going to have like a little 5-minute session here for those people who are day traders to walk you through what goes through my mind in the morning as I'm putting my stories together for today and all that kind of stuff. 300%, you're up 300% on Rocket Lab. Again, I just picked it up today. Good morning. What's the deal with UAMY? I did a video, nicely widely watched, about 3,000 views over the weekend on UAMY. I like the play, especially if a deal gets done with China where they're going to, help pull back some of the sanctions on rare earth metals. UAMY also put in some other stocks, but UAMY is my stock choice when it comes down to rare earth metals. So I did talk about that today. Your views on Tesla, Glenn? I think that Elon sort of kind of screwed the pooch the way he separated from the president. I think he's going to take a hit for a while in regards to the Tesla stock, but I still think long-term Tesla is a stock that you can't bet against. Another thing about Tesla, they're behind the curve when it comes down to robo-taxis. They're going to start doing that testing in Austin by the end of the month. But Waymo, looking at California, Waymo is already ahead of the curve when it comes down to robo-taxis. And robo-taxis is a big play for Tesla. I think that, Tesla is not only just a car company. A long term, I still do like them, but right now, I'm not a big fan of Tesla right now. USAR up 17% today. That was in my list from Friday. Talking about that real quick. Let me get into the software. I want to show you something. So from the video that I did on Friday, right? I created a new portfolio. What was it called? Rare Earth. I want to see what it's doing. About rare earth. So we did it Friday. Look at that. In just one day, one trading day, we're pushing 5% up. And who's the big winner? USAR, even beating out my UAMY. UMAY was my stock choice to double, even triple before the end of the year. It took a little bit of a hit today, down about 9%. Overall, down 7% in the portfolio. But USAR, MP, and UUUU are the stocks that are picking up the portfolio. This is why you watch the video, folks. Yes, UAMY was my stock pick of choice. Keep in mind, my prediction was by the end of the year to double or triple in play. Where's Swamp? Swamp was here a couple of days ago, was talking about MP. It's up 11.65% in one day. USAR, in my opinion, still is more of the trade. If I go look at the graphs, let's graph all of these real quick. Let's go look at the graph of all of these real quick. And the only reason why I'm doing this is because you brought up the question about rare earth. USAR, nicely looking at it long term. Trend is starting. Looking at one of my go-to graphs. I do like the play, but again, it's a little bit more aggressive. M&P, nice move up today. Breaking through level of resistance. I got new trends starting. How about all of these stocks are starting new trends? UUUU is already in a trend. A little give back today, but still definitely moving to a 3-month high. This is the ETF for rare earth metals sitting sideways, not quite a trend yet. And last but there's NB, mining other, not a whole lot going on here. And then there's UAMY, one big down day, a little bit of a bearish engulfing pattern, but also has trend as well. So the only reason why I wanted to look at those is because you did ask the question. Lisa, Glenn, would you not play Coreweave longer term? Let's go look at Coreweave real quick. I do own it again in a more shorter term portfolio. I do like it end of day, nicely trending higher. Freehand line, dang it. Freehand line. I got a trend, Lisa. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. I got a trend. Also breaking through a level of resistance. Put this on a 6-month graph. I do like Coreweave. That is a 6-month graph, isn't it? This is still a brand new stock. Looking at the stock, I like that it's got trend in place. I'm going to move over to another graph. Let's go look at a more aggressive graph. Let's go look at a 3 and an 8. Where is it at? 3 and the 8. The 3 and the 8 doing a good job as well, along with the trend line. So longer term, I like the NPI graph showing me longer term, Lisa, that it's got trend. The 3 and the 8, which keeps my head off the swivel, even on the pullback here. Look at that, the 3 and the 8 is still in play. What was the other stock we were just looking at? UAMY. Let's do the same thing. So a big down day today. Am I concerned? Still no. On that, only because the 3 is not below the 8. Remember, this is more of an aggressive graph looking at the 3 and the 8 exponential moving average. For what's Coreweave does, I have Amazon and Google instead. Pennywise, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. All right, so just a couple of stocks that we're looking at ahead of time outside of what I normally have for you. All right, no MP has the largest U.S. operation that has progressed the most. And, MP is probably the bigger play outside of all of those stocks, even bigger than UAMY. But I think UAMY has reacted very nicely to all of the demand levels and all of the possible nuances of a deal. So I still like UAMY better, but only time will tell. Only time will tell. All right. So a couple of MPs, the only real rare earth metal operations in the U.S. All right. Again, Hood was another stock. How many of you follow me on Twitter? How many of you follow me on Twitter? I did post some of these stocks on my Twitter account this morning, the stocks that I was paying attention to. If you follow me on Twitter, every so often I will put on my Twitter account what stocks, especially from a day trade perspective, I'm looking at. So you can always keep up with that there. Looks like nobody follows me on Twitter. If you ever want to follow me on Twitter, just look for my name. Just look for my name and then subscribe, and you'll get access to all that stuff that I do. I put a lot of stuff on my Twitter account. All right, let's go to the viewers real quick. All of the major indices, the Dow is slightly down, flat to down. The IWM of the Russell 2000 is up 0.6. The biggest mover today outside of the indices is the VIX. Nicely moving higher. People are getting a little bit more fearful. All right, we're up to 17.14. Not until we get to a value of 20 does the market show that we have a heightened level of fear in the market. We're not quite there yet, so it is moving higher. The market's mixed. Only thing that's moving down is the Dow, but everything else is moving up, but not by a lot. All right, let's go take a look at what news is moving the market. Let me get there. And big news outside of all of the chaos going on in California. If any of you here are in the California or Los Angeles region right now, I'm praying for you guys. All right. I hate that all of this is going down. And I'm not going to get and pick a side as to who's right or who's wrong. I got my own opinions on that, but this ain't the place for that. I am just still saying that if you're in the Los Angeles area, I'm going to pray for you guys that live in that area, because this is just crazy. This is crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, big news. I think even bigger than the Los Angeles, especially from the standpoint of investing in the market. China and the U.S. trade officials to hold talks in London. All right, so with that being said, I think that if a deal is struck between the U.S. and China on tariffs, the market is going to propel itself to higher heights in a big, 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 big way. All right, so I always keep my eyes on the cycles on what's going on with China and the U.S. All right, what to expect, Cy? This is, I think, from the WWDC. This is Joey. I hope I need a new computer, damn it. Look at this. This shouldn't be going on. You see this? This shouldn't be going on. Joey, I'm appealing to you. I need a computer. Look at this. I can't even open up a website. And I don't have all the stuff that I normally have open the way that I do. But unresponsive. Wait. Let's go wait. Sorry, let's go to another story possibly. All of mine that way? Ay caramba. This is so not good. So that story loaded. This story hasn't. We may have an issue with stories today. And for that, folks, I apologize. I do.
Copy that link and try it in a new browser.
Look at you. This is why you're here. This is why you're hot. This is why you're hot. This is why you're hot. You're hot because you're smart. I'm not because I'm not. This is why you're hot. All right, paste. Oh, goodness. All right, this is the WWDC. It's going to be big for Apple, or could be big for Apple. We'll see. But this is all about AI. This is all about tech. I'm thinking a lot of people are not expecting Apple to announce anything super duper big, but a couple of stocks that'll be affected is Apple, only up a little bit. Google's up a little bit today. During last year's WWDC, Apple unveiled its Apple Intelligence AI platform. They might talk a little bit more about that. What did Joey do? I did it. Joey didn't do nothing. I did it. Marty, Cy. But I'm always appreciative that Joey is here, but y'all give him way too much credit. Way, way too much credit. What is that? Core Civic CXW is as a LI play. All right, Eugene, I'll take a look at it. All right, but all of these other stories are not loading up. That makes me sad. Copy. I need you to tell Clay what just happened today in our live stream. Paste.
You need to tell Tom what happened.
What is Tom going to do? Oil edges up.
He's going to figure out what happened.
Oil
It
edge.
could be a RAM issue.
It could be. Maybe I don't have enough. Maybe I don't have enough lanes.
Yeah, you don't have enough lanes. You probably needed another lane.
I probably need more lanes. Oil edges up as traders await outcome of the U.S.-China trade talks. Again, a lot of things are focused around what's going to go down between the U.S. and China as far as the deal. All right, but oil is a little bit on the rise today. I don't know if I'm putting a whole bunch of stock into that. 1 minute he's begging for a computer, and the next minute giving you zero help. What is Janice saying? I'm going to laugh at Janice because I'm not sure what Janice just said. I don't know what Janice just said. What did Lou says? Impu is about to have a correction. I'll wait for a bottom bounce. All right. I want to go look at that CXW. You said for an LA play, what is it? CXW. I don't know. You know what they do. That's number 2 for you. I know you, 12. I don't know what she's saying. I don't even know what she's saying. What's the next one? Tesla. Oh, Tesla got downgraded. The first time in a long time I've seen Tesla get downgraded. So if somebody asked me my thoughts on it. Lofty robo-taxi expectations. The problem is with Tesla when it comes down to the robo-taxi and Waymo being ahead of them is they keep delaying. Right now, if I'm going to play Tesla, I think with the breakup with the president and the sales or the lack thereof in Europe, right now I'm playing Tesla to the downside. I'm looking at TSLQ. I think that's the better play right now while the stock goes down. Again, long term, I do like Tesla. Long term, I still think that Elon Musk is base, whether it's cars, the Neuralink for health, and for Starlink. He's got his hands in a lot of things. The ugly robo truck, which I think is ugly, but more and more of them coming out on the road. Robo taxis when he does get it off. So core civics. I don't know what prison. I don't know what that is. Delay speech, Glenn. What do you mean? What speech? My speech? Do you want me to talk slower? Is that what you're trying to say, Skype? Because I haven't the slightest idea. I can't read the chat today. Today, y'all are typing all cryptic. Like, I got to read y'all's minds, and I can't read y'all's minds. All right? So, downgraded by on Tesla. Again, it's the first time in a long time I've seen a downgrade delay speech. You're cutting in and out. Oh, is it me? That's Joey. Joey, something's going on with the speech. I don't know. It could be my internet. You and me, yeah, I know G-Money, but I just looked at it on the graph, looking at the 3 and the 8 exponential moving averages on UAMY. I'm still okay. One day doesn't make a trend. All right, one day doesn't make a trend. So sound is bad now. Joey, are you hearing this?
I thought you had this. What do you want me to do?
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with the sound part. It says fine now. I don't know what to do with the sound part. I don't know how to do that. I just know how to do is move through and hit buttons. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Somebody said it's fun.
I'm monitoring it. I haven't heard anything missing, so.
All right.
I would just keep
John says it sounds good to him. All right. Robinhood, 2 stocks that got kicked that did not get into the S&P 500 and taking a hit. Hood and AppLovin. They were supposed to go into the S&P 500, but they did not. And Hood stocks fell. I don't know what happened. They didn't redo something, and that's why they didn't make it. That kind of sucks for them. That kind of sucks. But Hood was rocking and rolling already. Janice says, yes, tell him. Whatever, Janice. I don't know what's wrong with you. I think Janice is salty today. I don't know why. Eugene says, internet issues at the Jockey Club this morning. I didn't know that either. Hood got upgraded. Oh, look at that. I got me a super chat. See me doing my dance? Billie Jean is not my love. Hee! Yeah, that's what I do. Thank you. Type the W's in the room. Thank you very much. AVAV. Let's go peep that out real quick. Super chats will get you a stock right away. AVAV. Let's peep that out. You say salty, I say pointing out the obvious. No, right now I think wow, nice move. Interesting move. I like the move. I even like this graph, AVAV. I do like it longer term. Looking at the near perfect indicator graph. I definitely have long-term trend. I've got entry. You know what I don't like about the stock right now is the big wicks at the top of the candles. A lot of selling pressure over the last 2 days. Closed candle today. Am I nervous about it? No. I'm going to put this on to a different graph. Let's go look at the star search. It's still in the fast lane. I leave it alone, Jazz. Sorry, Pennywise. I leave it alone, but I am watching the big wicks. These could be turning signs of the stock getting ready to turn around. But again, one of my top 3 go-to graphs, looking at star search, it's in the fast lane. It's in the fast lane. Both DPOs are up. It pinched just a little bit before it broke out. I like the play. I just don't panic. I do the super chat because I love seeing Glenn moonwalking. Well, okay, there you go. I like to see me moonwalking too. I can do that live and in person. Anybody got any insight or opinion on Intel's move today? I saw that move as well. I'm not a big fan of Intel. I think that they needed to get a new CEO. They got one. It's going to take some time for Intel to come around. All right, it really well. I don't know what the news was today, but I did see that it moved up. I did see that it moved up. And you know, Pennywise, I'm a big fan of aerospace and defense anyway. But I'm telling you on AVAV, keep your eyes on those big wicks at the top. It could be a possible sign of a retracement. Looking at Intel, nice move up today. Long term, I'm still not feeling it. Let's go see what the news was. It pulled it to another screen. Let's go see what the news was. I don't know if it's got anything to do with the WWDC event today, but 3 days ago, 1 hour ago, INTC plunges 35 in the past year. Should you dump the stock? Yesterday, comeback might happen sooner than expected. That was yesterday on Sunday. I'm going to try to click on it, see if it comes up. I don't know what the news was on Intel. And I don't know if it was worth it. You see, this is the new CEO. They needed that. They needed that because as a name like Intel, they should have been doing much better than what they were, but they're getting surpassed by everybody else like the NVIDIAs, the AMDs. But this was a big move for them. And, you know, I think slowly but surely you're going to see if that's really going to take root and move the company higher. Tan's approach is both bold and strategic, the exact combination Intel desperately needs. He's already making aggressive moves to restructure the company, ramp up investments in manufacturing and AI, again, behind the curve when it comes to that compared to everybody else, and put the foundry business at the forefront. So that's about all we got going on with that. So in regards to that, nice move today, but still sitting in the middle lane. I'm not feeling Intel as a long-term place quite yet until it gets into the fast lane. All right. What else am I looking at? I got to go back to the web stories. Let's go back to the news. You guys got me all over the place today. How about some quantum in medicine? IONQ, AstraZeneca, NVIDIA, and AWS show quantum accelerated drug development workflow. So I've got these stocks into my watch list today, but IONQ comes up as the quantum play. AstraZeneca, we all know. NVIDIA, we all know. And AWS, which is Google, or Amazon, we all know as well. So interesting story with IONQ in there. Another story about IONQ. Dagnabbit, something's going on. I got us another super chat. All right, you know super chats get your stocks looked at right away. Let me go look at this, my other story on IONQ, paste. And what's you looking at APLD? I own that in another portfolio as well, and I'm up over 50% on that one. Type the W in the rooms, please. Type the W's in the room. Type the W's in the room. IonQ is to buy Oxford Ionics for $1 billion to expand the quantum computing research. So 2 stories, one about in the medicine space and one to expand the quantum space. IonQ, I'm ready to keep my eyes on just a little bit. All right. Let me go take a look at that stock for you. APLD again. I do own that stock. I do own that stock in another portfolio. I'm up about 50% on that, but let's go look at APLD. APLD.
Hang
No.
on.
Okay.
Get something. There you go.
All right. APLD. That stock is moving. Watch today though. A little bit of a pullback. A little bit of a pullback today, but I wouldn't panic. It's still in the fast lane. I am going to pull up my other graph, my 3/8 graph layouts. Boo, 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 boo. This is why these are my 3 go-tos, depending on what I'm looking at. Where's my 3/8? What the flying flip? 3/8. Even with the, look at that. Even with the 3 and the 8, I had big wick Friday. Sort of kind of little follow through today because that's a bearish sign selling. Sort of kind of a bullish bearish candle. It's bullish because it's higher than the previous day's close, but it's bearish because the price is currently below the open, but the 3 and the 8 are still in place. The 3 and the 8 are still in place. Now, hi Glenn, hi chat. What are your thoughts? What are you saying, Andrew? On HKPD, we'll see if I can get to that. All right, so if I'm holding APLD, which I am in a different portfolio, oops, wrong. It's not what I wanted. No, it's not what I wanted. Where did it go? There it is. I'm up. There it is. 41.4% on APLD in a different portfolio. So I'm doing all right in it. I do own it. And so that's what I got to say when it comes down to APLD. The 3 and the 8 still in place. I can draw a trend line. It is definitely pulling way away from the trend line. I could either use the 3 or the 8 or the combination of them crossing as a way to get out. Right now, a little bit of a pullback today. Again, the price is still lower than the open, but higher than the prior day's close. So I'm not going to panic today with APLD. If you've made some money, that's a good thing. Keep making that money. All right, let's go back to the viewers. That was all the news that I had. Let's go to the stocks that made the news. Hood and AppLovin. I want to see what they're doing. Where's AppLovin? AppLovin and Hood, they're both down again. They both did not make it into the S&P 500. I'm looking at NVIDIA, AstraZeneca, IONQ, and I think Amazon. Yeah, those were the drugs utilizing quantum. Utilizing quantum to do a fast track in drug technology. Keep your eyes on IonQ. Right now, that might be my quantum play to at least keep my eyes on. All right, I like to bounce off support. The 3 could possibly get back above the 8. I'd wait for that if I'm not in it right now. Again, quantum is more of a trade play anyway. All right, there's not a lot of fundamentals behind it, but news could move them. And right now, I do like to bounce off support. I'm watching the 3 and the 8 exponential moving average before I pull the trigger on it. What else am I looking at? Oil. I want to look at oil, and I want to look at the bearish side of Tesla. All right, downgrade on Tesla. Oil's on the rise a little bit. I do like the move. The 3 and the 8 breaking through a level of resistance. Am I ready to pull the trigger yet? RT is above 1. Maybe I might dip my toe into the oil realm. I do like the trend higher. All right, I like that the 3 is above the 8. Little bit of selling pressure with a wick at the top of the candle. RT does confirm the move, but pulling back. I'd be a very cautious when looking at oil right now. The news says that it's on the rise. Just be careful with it, all right? And the downgrade on Tesla, so I'm looking at the bear side of Tesla. It's not responding to the downgrade in that it's not moving up. A down day, which means Tesla's probably moving up today. Even with the downgrade, Tesla's still moving up today. Again, long term, I still like Tesla. Right now, I'm still a bear of Tesla. And as long as TSLQ stays above this trend line and the 3 stays above the 8, I'm still going to be a bear on Tesla until it tells me not to be. What's up, Joy? Until it tells me not to be. All right? That's how I look at that. Super duper. What the? Hayseed Farm Boy, sorry. Oh, that's your name, Super Duper Hayseed Farm Boy. No idea, but anytime some jump outside of the Bollinger Bands, I get nervous. I get notified. That is a whole lot. I'm just going to call you Super. I don't feel like saying all that name every time I say your name. Super, are you okay with that? That's Super Duper Hayseed Farm. That's a lot of talking. I do enough of talking. I'm just going to call you Super. You all right with that, Super? And guess what? If you're not, I'm going to apologize ahead of time. But Super is your name in this room. All right, Super's going to be your name. Uncle Glenn, good morning. Good morning, Joy. All right, are you still bullish on ASM? I still do like ASM. Let's go see if I should still like. I do like it. What's there not to like? I do see the pull off from the high, but the 3 and the 8 are still solidly in place. The volume is falling a little bit, but still high. I still got good volume. RT is still in play. I am still a fan of ASM. I'm still a fan of ASM. So let me give you a sell point. I'm going to look at the 3 and the 8. I'm going to look at the 3 and the 8 crossing. Until that happens, I'm still a fan, G-Money, of ASM. Now, I do see some, I got buying pressure today, G-Money. Look at the wick at the bottom of the candle. Small candle open today. Let's go to intraday 5-minute bars, current days. From a day trade perspective, the stock moved up. Look at that. Came up a little volatile in the move, but higher for the day. Higher for the day. I'm still a fan of ASM. I think that that's probably one of the best plays in the mining space. Glenn, AVGO. And why y'all slickly putting all these stocks out here? I didn't ask for them yet, right? And we didn't even look and count how many likes. Right now, we're only sitting at 7 stocks for you. Only because we only got 60 people hit the like button. That's all right. That's what y'all are. AVGO, I'd be careful. Look at nice move on it. You know, something, and if you've made some money, I don't want you to give up that money. Look at the trend line, beautiful trend line. And now it's breaking through the trend line, which happened Thursday. Look at that. You're asking me about AVGO now, but look at Thursday. Thursday going into Friday, it broke down below. Boom. Your first signal to think about getting out of it. Second signal, watch to see if the 3 exponential goes below the 8 exponential. That's number 2. Line in the sand. I got a solid level of support sitting at 236.90. You got 3 ways to get out of the stock. Does that make sense to everybody in the room who's holding AVGO? Just type a yes or a no in the room. Does that make sense to everybody in the room who's holding AVGO? Yes or no? 1, already happened. Friday, it closed below the trend line. 2, the 3 and the 8. Possible as a way. Bart says no. Why, Bert? All right, now if you're long-term on the stock, I'm not going to tell you to sell it. Actually, I might tell you to sell it. Let me go look at the layouts. Let's go look at the NPI, which is primarily for the longer-term investor. And with that being said, Bert, I got trend. And you want to utilize the longer-term play, Bert, then I'd wait for trend to go away, like when the blue line in the NPI goes below the red line. But you're going to give up a lot more profit if you do that, Bert. But if you like it long-term, I still say good to go. Earnings per share is rising. Earnings growth is rising. Sales growth is falling. That's a flag. That is a flag. But if you like it long-term, Bert, I'm not going to tell you to sell it. But you still are going to need a way to get out of it. You still are going to need a way of getting out of it. And that's what I'm looking at, this blue line, which is the 5-day moving average of the stop price to close below the 40-day moving average of the stop price, which is the red line. All right? So that's what I got. Eric did give me a super chat, so I will go look at QUBT. Let's go do that real quick. And after that, I'm not looking at any more stocks until it's time to look at stocks. QUBT, a little erratic in the move, but definitely higher. Definitely higher. Nice trend line. I'm going to, if you own it, I'm going to give you a line in the sand. I'm going to use that bar. I'm going to give you a line in the sand at $13.64. Does that make sense, Eric? That's a good line in the sand. Swing high, hit it again. That's a good line in the sand that if you really want to get out of it at the right time, $13.64 is my line in the sand. Stock's price is currently going up. Broke through here on Friday. Followed through. I got a big buying wick right here as well. Earnings per share is starting to rise again. Earnings growth, though, is falling. So that's when I'm looking at Qubit. There's my line in the sand. There's my line in the sand. Whew. All right, let me get back to the viewers because there's a couple of things I want to get done. Weekly customer picks, I'll come back to that in a second. Star search plays. Where's my dividend players? Type the letters DIV. Where's my dividend players? I do see them in the chat, and they're wanting me to do a little bit more as far as dividend stuff. Where's my dividend players in the room? Type a DIV for dividend. Type a DIV for dividend. All right, because I am going to start to do that on a weekly basis. Give you some dividend plays to keep your eyes on. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 dividend plays I want you to keep your eyes on. The beautiful thing, all of these stocks pay a dividend. This is what I like the most about it. How safe is the dividend? Anything above 50 is good. The closer to 99 you are, the better you are. All of these have really good dividend safeties. So part of getting a dividend is to make sure that the dividend will either stay the same or increase. Our dividend safety indicator tells us that these dividends will either stay the same or increase. On top of that, these are good stocks. Again, let's go graph these all real quick, and I would put these on the MPI, all right, because these are longer-term plays. You're playing them for the dividends. I've got trend on CRS. Look at the rising earnings and earnings growth. Let's go to the next one. Same thing with NVIDIA. Earnings growth is falling, but love the earnings per share. Look at the blue line is above the red line. There's trend. There's trend. Look at that. TSM, there's trend. And they pay dividends. There's trend. And they pay dividends. Now, KEP, I would keep my eyes on it as it's trending lower from the high. Big gap up, broke down through the trend line. Interesting. Look how quickly it broke. One day gap back above the trend line, back in good graces. Does have trend. And again, all of these pay dividends, and the dividend safeties are all great. LRCX got trend, new 3-month high. Gotta love that safe dividend. Same thing with Manpower. Watch this one. This one, even though it pays a dividend, I got a solid level of support sitting at about 656, coming off the high but moving back up. But again, dividends and dividend safety. Go to the next one. Look at that. Silver play, like ASM. But and this one pays a dividend. Nice that we got trend in play and we got RT in play. So for my longer term people, I want to keep you guys in mind. I want to make sure that everybody that comes to the channel, that comes to the live stream, that we try to accommodate some of everybody. So my longer term people looking for dividend plays, I think on a weekly basis, I'm going to provide those for you. All of these dividend plays are in uptrends. RTs are above 1. Just about every single one of these dividend plays are fundamentally sound stocks. But the biggest thing for me when I'm looking at a dividend play is looking at the dividend safeties. These are darn good dividend plays. All right, take a picture of them, write them down, whatever you got to do. I gave you 8 long-term dividend plays to keep your eyes on. All right. What else am I looking at? Oh, for my more aggressive people, here's my best stocks under $10. All right. I got a listing of best stocks under $10. Let's go graph these all real quick. Because these are more aggressive, I am going to change the graph layout. I am going to change the graph layout to my 3-8, a little bit more aggressive, right? 3 and 8. Let's go see. Look at that. Calm, undervalued, rising value, 3 still above the 8. These are my more aggressive plays under $10. Nice play. Another silver play. EXK. Look at that. Nicely moving up. Big move. I don't think that was earnings. Yeah. Nice big move up on the candle. I like that. Maybe I add that to the list with ASM, but nice move coming off support. 3 and 8 are in play. Undervalued and rising value. Next one is UEC, a uranium play. I like the move. 3 and 8 are in play. I'd like to see if we can break through this level of resistance, though. RT does show that there's confirmation of the move to the upside. Same thing with UUU. That's 2 uranium plays that made my list as my best stocks under $10. All right. Let's go to the next one. Well, look at that. That's on AMD. ETF on AMD, big selling pressure. Be careful with that. The 3 and 8 are still in play, but I'm watching that candle with all of that wick. Glenn, in the software, can you split the screen with a different indicator on each side? You mean I can? Like, let me see. There's AMD L. Let's go put that over here as well. AMDL, AMDL. On this graph of AMDL, I can put a different indicator if I want. Is that your question, G Money? So if I want to take off the 3 and the 8, let's go say graph layout. Let's go put this in the star search. So I'm looking at the same stock. I'm looking at AMDL and AMDL, two different layouts, which might not be a bad. Watch this. Ooh, you just opened up something to me. Watch this. I just got excited. Let's go AMDL, AMDL, and let's go put this on to DMPI. Same stock. So I'm looking at all three of my go-to graphs. I'll put nothing over there. Just leave that alone. So is that what you're looking at? So I'm looking at AMDL in the 3 and the 8, in the star search, and in the NPI. Was that what you were looking for? How cool is that? I never thought about that. I never thought about it. Anybody thinks that that's cool? And you know something, just type the word cool in there. And I can type the same stocks in each one of these, AMDL plus blah, 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 and keep going down the graphs to see them all that way. The same stock in all three different layouts, all three of my go-tos. If you thought that was cool, what did I say? Did I say type cool? Type cool. Type something in the room, damn it. Type something in the room. I think that was a good idea, G Money, that when I'm analyzing stocks, looking at all three of my go-to graphs, that I could do that. I never thought about that. I never thought about that. Yes, that's exactly what I was asking. Thank you. Cool in the gang, says David. I like that. That's kind of cool. But I could put the same list of stocks in each box and just go down the list and look at them. I like that. That's really kind of cool. Nancy, stop cussing. Nancy, stop cussing. Sigh. All right. Cool like Morris Day in the Time. Oh. Yeah. All right. How you did? So Haas, all I did was hit up here where the little four boxes are. I put that one graph onto all four boxes, and all I did was type AMDL in each one. And now I'm looking at AMDL with the 3 and the 8, AMDL with the star search, AMDL with the near perfect indicator. That's kind of cool. By the way, Morris Day is criminally underrated movie villain. I'm not getting into that. I do like Morris Day and the Time. All right. That was two sets of people. Where's all my day traders at? And today I'm going to walk you through how I would find my day traders. Type DT for day traders. Type DT for day traders. All right. How many day traders in the room? Again, I'm trying to accommodate everybody. So we looked at the long-term plays with the dividend analysis. We looked at some lower dollar stocks with best stocks under $10. And right now we're going to look at some of the stocks for those people who are day trading. All right. No day traders in the room? That's fine. You ain't got. I'm one of them. So I'm going to walk you through the way I found some of these stocks to keep my eyes on. All right. What I would normally do is go to the Unisearch tool. I go to the Unisearch tool, and I'm going to go to Searches Price Volume. Searches Price Volume. And I made an offshoot of the most active gainers. All right. Everybody's got that in your in the software under Price Volume. Difference that I did here, stocks price greater than 1, percentage average volume greater than 0. But I changed it. I made a second line, stock percent price change less than 30. I want the price to have been up at least 0% or just moving up with a cap at 30%. All right, and I made the 50-day moving average volume greater than 250,000 shares because if I'm day trading, I definitely want liquidity. And what I would normally do, so just an offshoot of the most active gainers, I made it for YouTube. That's what the YT designation is, right? I'm going to run the search. Remember, it's looking through over 9,500 stocks, but I'm looking at the top 30 stocks that meet that criteria. This is a good time. If you're day trading, and I think possibly I'm going to start using this a little bit more in the Jockey Club. I think this is a good way first thing in the morning to see what's moving. And what I do is I look at the ones that are up at least double digits. All right, the ones that are up double digits. And I put those into my watch list. All right. Earlier in the day, I got a lot more that's double digits, and I put those into my watch list, and this is my watch list that I came up with today. I traded some of these stocks today, and what we're going to do right now is we're going to see if there's any potential trades that I would look at right now. I am going to look at the star search, and I'm going to move the time from end of day to intraday, 5-minute bars, current day. I'm going to see if I can give you some fish of stocks that you could possibly still even day trade into today. Look at the nice move on AMD. And guess what? When do I take profits off the table? Ask the people in the Jockey Club. When do I take profits off the table? When the price moves from the fast lane into the middle lane. That would have been a good profit this morning. This is why I want to start using this in the Jockey Club. But I got nothing going on right now. Nothing going on right now on Soxel. Again, early this morning. That's why I love doing this. I could have made some money on this early this morning. Let's go into the next one. Ooh, Amazon's still showing me something. You got to be starting something. You got to be starting something. Amazon is starting something. Ooh, too high to get over. Yeah, yeah. Too low to get under. Yeah, yeah. It's stuck in the middle. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. All right, anyway. Amazon's in the fast lane right now. Amazon's in the fast lane right now. Could I trade it as a day trade right now? As long as it stays in the fast lane, the answer to that question is yes. Would I buy on this candle? No. I don't like to buy on a down candle, even if it's intraday. Siobhan said, Lord, don't hate. Hey, who's hating on my singing? Type the word hate. Who's hating on my singing? All right. If you like that little rendition that I did, just put LOL in the room. If you like my little singing off the top I spit it off the top of the dome. How about that? I do that. Just type of LOL in the room. Siobhan, don't be hating on my singing. Don't be hating on my singing. All right. Let's go to the next one. Amazon is a good little play. Bitcoin, I'm not feeling it right now. A little bit of a pinch. I am watching the pinch, though. I don't think I really want to take that. All right, not just quite yet. Trying to see if I can find you. Uber had some opportunity this morning. How many of you are seeing some possibilities with this methodology from a day trade when the market first opens in the morning? Just type the number 3. How many of you see the possibilities of some opportunities to make money in the early morning using this graph layout and the ideology of finding out what stocks are moving first thing in the morning? All right, just type a 3 in the room. I'm not feeling this one right now. Rocket Lab, look at this. Early this morning, Rocket Lab gave me some opportunity. Right now, no. Right now, no. All right, man, I love this setup. I love bringing new stuff to the table for you. NVTS, fast lane this morning. Finally closed in the middle lane. I would have taken that profit off the table. I got nothing going on right now. Jobby was back and forth. I didn't actually pull the trigger on Jobby this morning at all. It really never really came to me. Right now, I could have had an opportunity short term. And right now, it's about to close in the middle lane. I would have taken that off right now. I'm going to go through these quick. NBIS. Somebody said about NBIS. Somebody said that. Who said that about NBIS? Somebody. That was Pennywise. NBIS this morning, Pennywise. This morning. Right now, until it can get back in the fast lane, I'm not touching it. Right now, I'm not touching it just quite yet. Now, keep in mind, I'm looking at all of these intraday. Some of these probably came across some of your radars this morning, especially if you're day trading. Even IOMQ, a lot of volatility back and forth. Not real steady up or down, but sideways. Remember, this one I said keep your eyes on, especially because it was news. Let's go put this on a 1-month graph. Is it in the fast lane? And if 1 month, not quite there yet either. All right, let's go put this back on the intraday, 5-minute bars. Now, if any of you who are brand new and do not have access to the software and you want this kind of access, go to www.vectorvest.com/YT. Take out a 30-day trial for $9.95. Everything that I'm showing you, you will be able to do with that 30-day trial, especially if you're looking for stocks for the longer term, looking for stocks that are dividend players, looking for stocks that are day trades. Again, I can accommodate every type of trader in that software from a simple basis. All right, Apple, even with the WWDC, not coming to me as a trade today. Not really. Tesla downgraded. The stock showed the price. Look at that. Big push to the downside. Hasn't been able to overcome that either, right? Sitting in the middle lane. Not really able to overcome the downgrades from a day trade. Look at that. Another uranium stock. Nice move this morning in the fast lane, fast lane, fast lane. Finally closed in the middle lane. That's a good profit that you could have taken this morning. Nothing going on right now. Not a lot of stuff going on right now. Intel. Again, Intel from a day trade gave you an opportunity this morning until it closed in the middle lane. All right, so I like the idea when I can bring to the table different ways for everybody who comes to the channel to be noticed, whether you're a short-term trader, whether you're a longer-term trader, whether you're a dividend player. I love bringing all of this stuff to the forefront. Somebody says Jobby is more of a aggressive play. It's up 13% today. Notice it made my list as a day trade. Jobby, end of day. It's in the fast lane, but it is volatile. It is volatile. All right, there you go, Pennywise. It is all over the place, but it is in the fast lane. All right, it is in the fast lane. All right. So I got everything done that I wanted to get done. I went through all of that stuff. Best stocks under 10 for those people who are a little bit more aggressive, or those people who don't always have a ton of money in the market. I like bringing these to you. My blank sheet was the stocks I was looking at today. And again, we looked at dividend plays. All right. Weekly customer picks. I'm going to take, what do we got? 8? Give you 9 stocks. I'm going to take 4 stocks from brand new people. 4 stocks from brand new people. And I'll know you're brand new based on the name that you put up there. So it's another thing today. I want to put some shine on the new people, on all the new people, on all the new people. Come on. Ann is a new person. There we go. I told you, I'll know you by name. Circle is an interesting play. Circle is just came out. Circle is an interesting play. John is not new. Eric is new. KB, G Money is not new. Sherilyn's not new. Kashi is not new. Jasmine is new. I need a stock, Jasmine, not put new. I'll know who's new and who's not new. You just put in the stock, and I'll be able to tell you if you're new or not new. Lee is not new. All right. Who else is new? ABB is not new. All right. I need a couple of other new people, or else I'm going to go to my regular people. Michael, I don't know. AGX, I'm going to put that anyway. All right. Going once, going twice, 3 times sold. All right. That's all I got from the new people. That's all I got from the new people. Let's go back up through the list. IBM, sell, IBM. What the flying flip just happened? There we go. Oh, man. How did what just happen? I don't know. Sigh. They put it into, I didn't put it anyway. Anyway, CELH, IBM, I already got CRs. Coreweave, CRWV, ADMA, you're not new, John. ADMA, KB already got. MNMD, Intel, INTL. Is there INTL? You want Intel, which would be INTC, how many stocks is that? I got to get 9 stocks altogether. I got 9 stocks altogether. Between the new people and the regular people, I got 9 stocks. Amir says, I've been gone so long, I'm basically new. No. Janet says, my regular people, like we are less than. What? What? Listen, I am trying to give, hey, all my new people, do you appreciate me putting some stocks out for you? Whether you responded and put a stock or not, just type a 2 in the room. All my new people, do you appreciate me trying to put some shine on the new people in the room? Just type a 2 in the room. Dang. It look like that's so jacked up, Janice. That is so jacked up, Janice. My regular people are my regular people. I love you guys. You know I love you guys. Goodness gracious. Y'all trying to make me look like I'm a bad person. Y'all trying to make me look like I'm a bad person. All my new people out there, I want to put some shine on y'all. My regular people are my regular people. What do you want me to call y'all? What do y'all want me to call y'all? You're my regular people. It was your tone going, OMG. It's my tone. All right, fine. Hi, my name is Glenn. I am going to be monotone for the rest of the time. That way, there will be no discernment in my tone going forward. There you go. There you go. Oh, want me to call you groupies? Homies? So all my homies, there we go. All my homies. I like that. I do like my homies. All my regular people are my homies. There you go. All right, let's go peep these stocks out. Let's go peep these stocks out. We got 9 stocks. We got about 90. We got about 90 likes in here, so we're right on line. Andre is new. There you go. Andre is new. Peeps. No, I'm gonna call you my homies. All my homies. I like that. Homies. Is that better, Janice, than my regular peeps? Oh my, wow. Pennywise, I gotta go peep those stocks. I know I gotta go peep those stocks. EUAD, comma, KDEF. And Amir wants Axon, comma, AXON. Thank you very much, both of y'all. KDEF, I ain't got it. Why do you give me a stock that I ain't got? KDEF, and what else was the other one? Axon, AXON. All right, let's go peep those out first. KDEF, I don't think you gave me the right one. Janice says, you could call us your loyal followers. No, I like homies better. I like homies better. EAUD, nicely was in an uptrend. Look at that. I'm looking at Star Search. Actually, I'm going to change the layout to my 3 and the 8. I'm going to change the layout to my standard graph, VV graph. All right. EAUD, that's an ETF. I do like the trend higher, but it broke down through the trend. All right, that tells me you take some off the table, Pennywise. That definitely tells me you take some off the table. I don't want you to close it all out, especially a nice little profit here. I'd take half off the table. 2 days now below the trend line. Now let's go look at Axon. Axon, leave it alone, Amir. Down day, still above the 8 exponential moving average. Value is flat. It's not great, but it's not humongously bad. Trade the trend line. All right, there it is. There's the trend line. One day doesn't make a trend, and it's still above the 8 exponential moving average. All right, so Glenn only responds to me for super chats now. No, that's not true. Listen, I looked at the list of the stocks. You know me, Amir. I go straight down the list. I don't want anybody to ever think that I'm only going to respond to super chats. I went straight down the list based upon the number of likes. That's where it comes from. Based on the number of likes is how far down the list I go, Amir. You know that. I think everybody in the room knows that. It all is based on that. All right. Amir, that's sad, huh? Then he doesn't have a stock for you want. Get a refund. That dang, Janice. Wow. I don't know how to give a refund. That was Pennywise, I think. Oh, was that? No, it said Amir. Glenn only responds to me. Okay. I got you. KDF is a Korean defense stock, but I don't have that stock. I haven't had any sound trouble. There you go. Good. All right. Glenn, not a typo. INTL? INTL. I don't have that stock. INTL is a stock that I do not have, nor do I have KDEF. INTL and KDEF. Let's go see if I can get those added. The complaining regulars need to stop whining and get back to appreciating Uncle Glenn. Thank you, James. You hear that, Janice? Thank you, James. And Amir says Janice is the regulator. I can't deny that. She's the number 2 in the room. She's my regulators. Wow, getting slapped around today. I'm getting slapped around today, Nancy. I am. I don't know why. I bring nothing but cheer to the room. Cheer and joy. And this is how I get repaid. Sigh. All right, Axon again. I wouldn't panic sell it. Down day to day until it breaks down either below the trend line or the 8 exponential moving average. All right, let me finish looking at all these other stocks. I was looking at them. There needs to be a Glenn stock. You know, there's a stock. There's a stock called GET. I don't know what it does. What happened? Oh my gosh. Okay. There's a stock. I got my own stock. GET. See? Oh, it changed though. GETY. Oh, maybe not. It used to be just a GET, not a Y. I guess it went out of business. All right, which I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. Anyway, all right, now let me finish looking at these stocks. View the stock graph. All right, again, AGX still above the 8 exponential moving average. That's a big day. That's a big down day. But I don't want you to panic. I don't want you to panic. It's still above the 8 exponential moving average. KB, I like. Undervalued, value rising. Nice gap up. I don't like the gappiness of this stock. But clearly, if you own it clearly above the 8 exponential moving average, just as quickly as it can gap up, as quickly as it can gap down. Just be careful with that. All right? Just be careful with that. Hit a new high, though. Just keep careful with it. ADMA, I like the bounce off support above the 8 exponential moving average. Undervalued, value starting to rise. If you're in it, leave it alone. And it actually broke through a level of a swing high right here. Look at that. Broke through that level of swing high. You know what I'm looking for tomorrow? See if I get confirmation. Follow through. I do like the earnings per share is rising on an end of day basis. Not a bad play at all. All right. He wouldn't know what to do without the complaining regulators. It would be boring. You know, that's why I love Edward is my middle name. Edward is my middle name. I love this room. I love this community and I love this room. That's why I can have fun in this room. Nobody takes anybody in this room seriously in a negative way. I love that we can have fun in this room and still look at your stocks and try to make money. All right, that's why I love this community. All the people who are brand new to the channel, if this is your first time here, consider hitting the subscribe button and the bell icon so you'll be alerted to when we get new content coming out. All right, whether it's an end of day video or a live stream. So ADMA, I do like the break, bounce off of support. The bounce off support, I do like the break above this level of resistance that was already here. But I am going to tell you, if you're not in it, wait for confirmation tomorrow. If you are in it, leave it alone. Let's go to the next one. We just started this. I'm not feeling this because it's just IPO'd. I got nothing financially behind it to make me feel warm and fuzzy about it at all. It just came out last. I'm not feeling this. I don't like playing IPOs. It doesn't work out most times. But it's moving up for the 3 days it's been out. Volume is there. Closed candle today. A lot of give back today. A lot of people made money in the first couple of days. That makes sense. All right, that makes sense. A lot of people taking that profit off the table. Let's go to the next one. Coreweave. I still like the play. Breaking through resistance again. It broke through resistance. No follow through and coming back up. But even with the no follow through above the 8 exponential moving average and above the trend line, both things were still in play. That's why I read the chart and don't panic. How many of you panicked on Coreweave right here? Be honest. Type of one in the room. How many of you, if you owned it, how many of you panicked right here? That was Thursday, Friday, today. How many of you panicked on Thursday? Type of one in the room. Be honest. All right? But this is why you read the chart and you keep your head off the swivel. Stay focused on what you see. The stock fell, but it didn't break down below that level of resistance, and it did not break below the level of the trend. All right? How about UAMY? Down day today, Mukesh. I'm not concerned about that. I'm not panicking on UAMY. We did look at that already a little earlier. So I'm okay with UAMY just as long as everything stays in place. Nothing has told me to get out of it yet. The 3 and the 8 haven't crossed down. So I'm still okay. Loving CRE. I'm liking that as well. Nice. You know what? If you're not in it this go around, I'd wait for confirmation tomorrow. I love the break above this level of resistance. I'd like to see confirmation tomorrow. Next stock, Celsius, nicely back on the run again. Went back above the 8 exponential moving average. Has been there. New 3-month high. Earnings per share, it could be better. It is confirmed. This move is confirmed by RT being above 1. It is overvalued. That means a lot of people are willing to pay a premium to own it, but the stock is moving, hitting a new 3-month high. Buy recommendation. If you're in it, fine. If you're not, I'm looking at 12 cents higher than the high. Looking at 12 cents higher than the high before you enter in. IBM. I don't know what's going on with IBM. What put some fire under them? Love the move today. New 3-month high, open candle, no wick. Earnings long term, I'm not know if I feel this long term or not. Earnings is actually falling. Value is starting to rise a little bit, even though it's way overvalued, but it is clearly above the 8 exponential moving average. How about we broke through this level of resistance, had follow through above the 8? How about it closed below the 8? That would have been a good opportunity to take half off the table. And then it went back above and came back down. Right here would have been a little bit trepidatious, but now above, followed through, and still going higher. All right. What is the read on today's hammer on the VVC? I'm not showing the VVC in here. Again, in order to get the VVC, Marcus, I got to get a lot of people to take out a subscription, $9.95 for 30 days. So I won't show the VVC because it's for those people who are subscribers to the software. John, my name is Regal. I have a Regal name. I do. Anyone catch the ticker symbol GET? Equal Glenn Edward Tompkins. That is my name is Regal. Glenn, my name should be Master Glenn Edward Tompkins Jr. Yeah. I feel regal. Do I look regal? Can anybody in the room just type the word regal. Do I look regal? Do I look like royalty? Pip pip chitty, oh no, that's a rut. Hello, Gamna. Do I look royal? I think I should be. My name is very royal. Glenn Edward Tompkins Jr. I think regal-ish. I like that Wonderberry. Regal-ish. You know, you are regal, Glenn. I like that. Regal-ish. That's better than saying just my name is Ish. Like somebody could have just said that's Ish. And I wouldn't want you to say that. I like regal-ish. Did I look at this one? I think I did. MNMD definitely trending higher. Above the 8 exponential moving average. Look at that big wick right at that level of resistance. It's coming back up to it again. The resistance level of 821. You know, I'd look at 5 cents higher than that. I'd look at 826 as a buy point. I would love to see it break through that level of resistance. Volume is pretty okay. I do like the rising earnings as well. And the last stock on the list today is Intel. Again, I don't know what news outside of the CEO is moving it. But I do like the bounce. I don't like the big wick at the top of the candle. I got some selling pressure going on there. And you know what else I don't see? As it's bouncing up, RT is not confirming the move. RT is not above 1. And I can't find any news on it. I'm just taking this with a grain of salt. I'm not touching on Intel yet. All right? I'm just not. I like the bounce. I like that it's above the 8 exponential moving average. But that smart indicator is smart. Let's wait for RT to come to us. Glenn, a question on Friday's video. Do you still think UAMY will be good after China-U.S. trade deal? Yes, Ali. That I do think. That's why I put that. I think it could double or triple by the end of the year. Let's go to that portfolio real quick. U.S. There it is, up 4%. Look at that, 4%. We just did the video on Friday, 4% in one day. How about the timing on putting the video out? How about the timing on? Can I get a hand clap? Can I just get a hand clap in the chat with the timing of putting this out? Now UAMY is taking the biggest hit. It is, but I still got a whole lot of year left. I still am a big proponent of UAMY doubling or tripling before the end of the year. All right, David Broom, nice nickname. What did David look royal as Professor Prophet? Yeah, I still got where's my hat and stuff? I still got the Professor Prophet still here somewhere. But how about that Friday's video? Again, if you're brand new to the channel and you haven't subscribed to the channel, you got to hit the subscribe button. We just put out the video on Friday. Nice move in one day. You could have been ahead of the curve with some of these stock plays. One day, UAMY still is my big play. MP may be getting whacked by the China deal. You know, we'll see. Now, I guess the question is, why you're asking, if the China deal comes through and we get more access to the rare earth metals, will these stocks like UAMY and MP and USAR still do well? I think the demand is still there. I don't think the demand will dwindle. Even if we get a reprieve on, their exports of rare earth metals, we're still going to need to supply the demand. So I think that UAMY, MP, USAR is still going to do well. So there we go. Why UAMY you like so much, Michael? Did you not watch the video? I showed some news on the stock. I showed the fundamentals on the stock. I showed the graph of the stock. So there's a lot of reasons why I like UAMY. It's undervalued as compared. On the only other stock in the list that's undervalued, that's got good upside potential is MP. But UAMY gives me some more gumption in regards to why I like it more. And again, the analysis, Michael, was done in Friday's video. If you haven't watched it, I do invite you to go take a look. All right. What stocks ship rare earth to US? Ooh, what countries? Michael, China is primarily, China's cornered the market on it. All right, for the most part. China's cornered the market, and they got the rare earth metals going all over the place. All right, I think I'm done. Let's go to this. Is that it? That's it. All right, folks, I got to go. What companies, Michael says. I got to look into that. To the U.S., I think they would be Chinese companies for the most part, Michael, but I'd have to go take a look at that. I would definitely have to go take a look at it. So I don't want to answer that without knowing. I'm watching a rise in CMP, Compass. Oh, what was that other stock? CXW. I don't even know if we got it. Make me think about that. CXW. I'm going to look at that real quick. CXW. I do have it. Core Civic Safety. I'm going to keep my eyes on that. I might have to do a video on it. CXW. But if I look at the graph, I'm not feeling the graph. And I'm not even liking this long term. That's 3 months. That's a 6-month graph. That's a 1-year graph. I do like the rising earnings. I've got to do a little bit more research to see what the potentiality is that. That's the word of the day, potentiality. All right, now I got to go. SPY over 600 today. I know. So the market's moving. I thank you for the session today. I got to talk to a lot of different investors. Michael said, what time did you start? I start at 12 o'clock. Michael, Mondays and Fridays, I'm at 12 o'clock. Wednesdays, Ryan and I are at 2, and Thursdays, I'm at 2 as well. Thanks, Glenn, and thanks, Joey, for having his back as always. That's what I got to say about that. All right. And my last name is Tompkins, not Thompson, Gray. It's Tompkins. Glenn, did you get your dental issues resolved? Nope, not all the way yet. I'm on a plan. So that's the good thing. I've got stuff in process, cleaning and extractions and replacements. I'm on the path of getting it all done. All right. We heart Joey too. Whatever. All right, folks, I got to go. Have a good day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Watch out for the 6 p.m. video tonight where I look at the top stocks for the week. I got a good list of stocks today. Make sure you tune in. All right? Adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha to all my people in Hawaii. Janet, I got to call my wife's out of town again this week. I need to call and say, hurry up and look at that job in Hawaii. I got a nice email from somebody saying, if Janet takes the job in Hawaii, you can work remote. He says, because we don't want to lose you. It was an awesome email. And they said that they like my singing too. I don't know. I think more people like my singing than not. So that's a good thing. Again, I try to bring joy and happiness to the room. Always remember there's good people in the world. If you can't find one, be one. That's right, Ross. Be one. Odabu, bom dia, salam, shalom, namaste, yasu. Until the next time, folks, see ya.